Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to you wherever you are in the world. I am Tigress Osborne. I'm the chair of the National Association to Advance Fat Acceptance. And we want to welcome you to today's episode of our brand new web series, Ahead of the Curve, featuring our resident fashion expert and board member, Marcy Cruz. Before I turn things over to Marcy, and our very special guest from Blogger House Curvy Closet today, I'm just going to give you a little bit of info about NAAFA for those of you who might be new to us. NAAFA is a 501c3 charitable organization that has been doing work for the cause of fat rights and fat visibility and fat equity for over 52 years now. We are, which makes us the world's longest running fat rights organization. And we do this work through advocacy, through education, through networking, through relationship building, all in the name of making a world where fat people can live their best lives just like everyone else. And as you can see, we are unapologetic about using the word fat, so we will be using that word during this episode. We are in the process of looking for new members of our board. We are a working board, all volunteer, and you can find lots of information about our board recruitment, as well as all of our other ongoing projects at our website at NAAFA.org. Without any further ado, before I turn it over to Marcy, I also want to thank our friends at Pro Bono ASL, who've been providing interpreting for us since earlier this year, and who we have expect to have a long and ongoing relationship with because they are amazing. You should look them up on social media and on their website, probonoasl.org. probonoasl.org for your interpreting needs. And now, with no further ado, I'm going to hand the microphone to Marcy, and she's going to take it from there. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Thank you, Tigress. So we are in the middle of Latinx Heritage Month. As we say, wepa. So I thought it would be fitting to kick off this web series honoring two Latina powerhouses that I have known for years, who are doing incredible things in our community. They got these women out here looking good. They're out here slaying the streets on a budget. So I want to welcome Sandra Negron and Darlene Lebron to Ahead of the Curve.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, welcome, ladies. I'm so happy you're here. I want everyone to know about Blogger House Curvy Closet because I think it's amazing. It makes me feel so good to see two women coming together and building a business, successfully, and doing so in a way that you're giving back to the community, and you've built your own community. And I think that's amazing. And I want everyone to know, fight. And you know how they always say women can't be together or this, that. Come on. No. When women get together, we can make power moves. We can do amazing things in the world. So I salute you guys during Latinx Heritage Month, and I'm just happy that you guys are here. So with that said, first let me say, do you guys want to say something before we jump into the questions, or, feel free to say a few words.
Yeah, first, thank you for having us here. We are really honored to be able to share not only Blogger House, but this amazing community that we've created with you, and then vice versa, bring your community in to get to know what we're doing here at BHCC. We're super excited, and the Blogger House is something that came from just a whim, and we are hoping that from our stories, women can understand that that little dream or that little thought or that idea that might seem a little like far-fetched or crazy can turn into a full-fledged business for you. You can work with your close friends and have a great, amazing working relationship, and you can create a community of beautiful fat women who are here to look beautiful, to celebrate fashion, but to also talk about real life things. Our ladies have, weddings, they have deaths, they have illnesses, they have They suffered through COVID just like we did. They have their own business, some of them. Some of them have kids, some of them are trying, some of them don't have kids. Some of them are grandparents, you know, some of them are students. So it's an extremely diverse group of women who are part of our Blogger House squad, as we call them. And that's the beauty of it, that it's women from all walks of life that have come together with, all come together because of one main thing, and that's fashion, but are able to share and grow and learn from each other in other aspects because of this community. So thank you for having us.
Yeah, so we're excited to be
You're very welcome.
the first ones as part of your new series, which we're like so excited for you to have. I think it's a great idea. I think it's gonna be something really special for you. So we're happy to be like the inaugural guest to your. We're gonna do
Yes,
the
you're the madrinas now.
champagne bottle.
Madrinas for the show.
Yeah.
So, okay, so let me kick it off with the first question. So as we noted in your bio, you know, it's noted in your bio, you know, Blogger House Curvy Closet, it started out as a way for, you know, you both to sell, you know, your gently used items just to clear your closets. And then 4 years later, you know, you're running a successful business. And it's within a sector that plus size women actually have a challenge shopping in, which is thrift stores, resale businesses. Now we've seen more thrift stores come on the scene, but there's still that sector is still underserved. You know, like I wish I could walk into Salvation Army. I really can't, you know. It's very hard to find my size. And I mean, I'm a 4X, I'm over a size 24. So it's even more of a challenge for me, but really it's a challenge for plus size women in general. So I feel like you both have been instrumental with other, you know, plus size thrift businesses in changing that. So how does it feel being two Latina women shattering that glass ceiling?
It's always funny when people say that, because we're always so in the thick of it that we have very little time to think about what's actually happening around us. And I think a big part of that is that we have always been focused first in the community and then the selling afterwards. And we tell our customers that you can go shop anywhere. I mean, what we're doing there, you know, it's important, but it's not necessarily the only option that you have out there. But our community for us is the most important thing, and how we are meeting our community needs. From the very beginning, when we first started selling our closets, we would only sell size 18, 20, maybe a 22. And we quickly learned that that was not going to be enough. So we were able to get like a couple consigners in 16s, and then maybe one in a 24. But then what about everyone else? You know, so we were able to, you know, we kept looking and kept working it because our community needed additional sizes. So then we went down to 14 all the way up to 32, which we have had sales for as well. So now we're really proud because we feel that you know, you have a lot of big stores out there giving, you know, a lot of reasonings about why they can't expand plus, or why they have opted to not carry plus anymore. But we're like this little, you know, a little shop running out of our house.
And we have all the sizes.
And we're running from 12 to 32. So you can't tell me it can't be done, because we're doing it.
Exactly. You know, there is that misconception that women, you know, over a size 24, she doesn't shop. She doesn't care. You know, I mean, I could speak for myself. I do care. Like, I want to be out here, you know, and you know, I've done sales with you guys and it has sold out, you know. And I would love to see you both get larger, even larger sizes, you know, and I think that they would sell. You know, if you got some 5X, some 6X's, girl, listen.
We had a few here and there, but I mean, we would definitely have, like, you know, like when we have a sale with you, or whether it's more of an, but
we're still the you know, it's sometimes it's the way we are curating closets is different than a brand, for example, right? Because we have to try to find the influencer or the individual who wants to sell their closet. So we are constantly looking for more people in those size ranges, because we understand that there is a need. And we've reached out to some people, and there's you know, there's a lot of interest in different areas, but our goal has always been to be as inclusive within the plus sizing space as possible, because we want all women to have access to beautiful clothing. And I have receipts, folks. I know women shop. I know women of all sizes shop. It's not only the 14, 16, the 18, 20, the 22, 24, 26, 28, the 30, 32. They all shop. Women want beautiful clothing that they feel comfortable in. And I will tell you, the more traditional kind of workwear, the black, the casual slacks, those are the pieces that are the hardest for us to sell. The fastest things that go are the cute dresses, the faux leather, the sequin, the glitter, the glam,
the color.
But the things that people think, larger women or want to wear, those things are just sitting in the rack and not collecting dust. They're not selling. So
yeah, it's true. You're proving that the stereotypes are wrong. And I hope that brands are out there listening, because it's so true. We want color, and even if you didn't want color, you still want something that's stylish, that makes you feel good. Because, I always say fashion is a form of self-care. And I think you both are proving that with your business. So kudos to you on that. So, writing on that, I know that your company has become more community-based. It really has become a tight-knit community of women. And I just want to ask, how did that happen? And how has that made your business thrive?
I think, it just kind of happened on its own. I just feel like, not to sound like corny, but like God put these women in our path because he knew that they were going to form this great community. And I just feel that they felt safe where they were. They knew that we were two women, that they were able to just be themselves, no judgment, and they were able to connect with each other, these women of, same style, and just kind of form this wonderful community. And we were able to provide this safe space for them to be able to do that and not feel, any different way, that they're going to be, shamed for anything. They lean on each other. They help each other. They post things, I'm looking for, this, what do you think? Or, I'm not sure if I can do a jumpsuit. And, we don't even have to be there half the time. Like, they just have their little community going on, and they just are there for each other, which I find to be like one of the most rewarding things about this whole Blogger House.
And I think a big part of it is also that while we may look a little polished here right now,
they know
what the lives are like, guys. Yes. Okay, so sorry if you're expecting like this super professional, like, we are as real as we want our customers to be. From the very beginning, we were very intentional with that. At some point in my life, I did want a starring role on HSN's, newest, plus size shopping.
For her past life, she probably was, because it's like,
but
so her.
I think that the reality was that we were always very intentional on being as real and as honest about our own lives and the stuff that was going on with it, so that our audience felt very comfortable flipping around and doing the same thing. Also, Sandra said, that they know that it's a safe space. We are very clear about, very hard on certain rules. And a big one is that, going back to like how your mama used to raise you, like, if you don't like something, you keep your mouth shut. That's a big one for us. There are a lot of different fashion styles. There are a lot of fashion aesthetics. We have influencers and consigners from all walks of life, from all age ranges. There is no clothing shaming, body shaming. There is no self-shaming. We just don't accept that. And we will, we haven't had to do it very often, but in the times that they've come up, we've just, reiterated that this is a safe space. If you don't like something, just keep it moving. And if you don't like a consignor, don't join the sale. If you don't like her style, you don't need to say anything at all, because this is not a place of, we're not going to trash the clothes. We're not going to trash each other. We're not going to even trash ourselves, because sometimes, we'll have people that'll say, oh, I wish I could wear a crop top. And I'm like, we're not bringing that energy into the life.
Wish. You say we can.
Exactly.
That's right. That's right.
We will pause the live. I'm like, let's discuss this for a minute, because I want everyone to feel comfortable being able to shop whatever they see and not feel any limitations. This is a perfect space to do it. Our items are so affordable that with us, you can take those risks. You're not spending $100 on a crop top. You're gonna spend $20. So great, get the crop top. If it doesn't work out, if you can't do it, then you just spend $20. It's okay to take those risks on yourself.
And it kind of goes back to what your question was about, how has this, helped our business? And I believe why we thrive because the women trust us so much, and they know that we would not steer them wrong in fashion. We would not steer them wrong in sizing. They know that we want them to feel as good as we do when we put our clothes on. So I think because of that trust is why we thrive, that we're thriving in our business.
Yeah, I agree. I think that you guys are vulnerable and transparent. I love when you have the dog barking in the background, and then you have the kids running across. Darlene's husband walks across. The thing. It's like
no sense of like actually what's happening in the world.
No, it shows your customers that you're not perfect, but you're happy, you're okay, and it's a safe space. Because I think that too many times people try to portray this like, this kind of picture of perfection.
Mm-hmm.
And what that leads to is not people feeling like they can they can get to know you better. They don't feel you're accessible. They're just looking at your life and saying, wow, why can't my life be that way? Whereas you two are saying, my life is like your life.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Everyone out there, there might be a wife, a mother, a full-time, career woman, a housewife, whatever, and we're all coming together for fashion.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that it's great. I think that your business is so needed, and I think it's going to set the tone going forward in the fashion industry, because now you see like the issues that Facebook is having, and Instagram, they're calling out, how they're targeting kids, with, and causing like eating disorders and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. And I think that people are going to start looking more to folks like you two who are saying it's okay to be yourself, celebrate who you are, wear what you want to wear. We all can be a mess, but we're all beautiful, at any size. So I think that that's amazing. And so on that, I want to talk some about how I think that it's great that you guys really provide access to women to clothing, and especially like women like me who, like they say, they call me Chuck D in a dress, because I'm always talking about my women that are over a 3X, my women that are over a 24. We don't have access to clothing like other plus size women. And so it's even worse for us. And I love the fact that you two use your business to give women access to clothing in that size, but also name brand stuff. I mean, we got to talk about how you infuse your Latin heritage with the marca. And I'll let you answer that when I'm done with the question. But I want to ask, like, how important is that to you to provide like those name brand stuff? Because I know you curate very carefully what you sell. Mm-hmm. And then your prices are amazing. So if someone's on a budget and they've always wanted something that was de marca, which you'll explain what it means, they can afford it.
Absolutely.
So you're investing themselves, but in a way it's not really money, it's investing time and sitting through the sale and saying, yeah, I got it, and then wearing it. Mm-hmm. So just, I would love to hear you speak more about that.
So that is something that is really important. I'm going to start first with our price structure, and then I'll work into like how we curate brands and things like that. Our pricing is something that has always been a like hot button for us. We get into it about it because every year we look at our pricing, we review what has to change, what has to increase, what has to maybe decrease, and we try to only do a major price change once a year. And we've struggled because our base has always been affordability. And that is a very broad term, right? For a lot of people, affordability could be, it's $10, it's $15, it's $20, it's $100. But we've always wanted to be very accessible to women. We never wanted anyone to feel that they could not have beautiful clothes because they didn't have enough money. That was always a thing. I grew up thrifting. Sandra is the same. Like, we both grew up from low-income homes whose families depended on being able to buy an affordable clothing. And we know that in the plus size space, that is like far and few between if you want quality. So the pricing structure is very different. And I don't think anyone else does it the way we do, because we have a pretty flat rate. And in that flat rate, we include all brands. And you can have anywhere from like a Fashion Nova top to like an Alfani top for $22. Like, it can range. And then we have our de marca pieces. De marca in Spanish means something that's a little higher end, more luxury. And we use it twofold. De marca means obviously our higher end pieces, and we just charge $5 extra for those items. But it also is representative of our community. We feel, and we want our women to understand, and that's why we put it on our t-shirts, so that they are always reminded that they are de marca. They are the most valuable thing that we have. They are of luxury. They are high end. They are just as amazing as anything that has a label on it. So they should wear that label proud too. So that's where the marca came from. And that's why it's so important to us. And yes, it's very important for us to have a mixture of brands, because there's brands that we love and we're like, oh yes, we know this one. But then there's other brands that we get to learn of through other consigners. Like, oh, I never heard about this. Oh, this is cute. And we often think, when you mention access, Marcy, we often think that maybe it's only for, certain sizes. But you'll be surprised how many women don't know about Eloquid. They don't know about City Chic. They don't know these brands because maybe they are either newer to being plus size, or they've always tried to squeeze themselves into like an XXL. They haven't had a community that has told them, hey, this is incredible world of fashion that's available to you in sizes that actually fit for you. And you should check them out. Like, we haven't. So through us, many of them are learning about their body size, what they should be wearing, what they can be wearing, what their body shape through us. They're like, oh, I didn't even know some of these brands existed. And so it's important for us to also understand the brands, know the fit for the brands, if they run small, if they run big, if they have stretch in them. Like, denim is a big conversation piece. And we talk, about, we have our favorite denim brands, and we have other ones that we like, and we know other ones that run small, other ones that don't have stretch. So the uniqueness of the live is that you're shopping for clothes, but you're getting a little bit of a fashion lesson too. A Spanish lesson. I was gonna say you're getting a Spanish lesson too, because trust me, we have enough of little Spanish words going in and out. And you're getting like this body positive, like supportive, just like you go girl kind of energy being sent your way. And we hope that by the end of the sale, women feel like they've spent 2 hours with their best friends, out shopping. That's the goal. We want you to feel like you've been out shopping with your best girl pals, and you feel energetic and happy and empowered, and like you can take on another day even stronger. So
okay. And the t-shirts are I know we talked about it because I want one.
Yeah. You don't have one? No, she doesn't. I have no. Oh, I just pulled out the box of them. So.
Okay, all right. And what size are they going to go up to? Are you going to have like before? Is it above a 3X? The sizing?
Yes, we have all the way. So we carry the sizing that we have right now at Blogger House, which is from I believe a 14 all the way to like a 28, right?
I think so. Yeah.
So the size on the t-shirts are a little weird. So like a 3X is a 4X, a 2X is a 3X, and I think a 1X. The company we went with was just like their sizing is like a little off.
It doesn't match up with like how we do our sizing.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
And they have like tons of stretch. Like I've worn even like the smallest ones at time. But they say their marca, they say Blogger House Curvy Closet on it, and virtual plus size consignment, which is what we consider ourselves.
Okay, we'll definitely we'll make sure to put the link in somewhere so that Tigress did add it. See, Tigress is so good. So we did add it so people could know where if they want to get one and and feel like I'm a de marca.
Yeah, they could DM us on Instagram or, you know, on our Facebook, and we will definitely be able to get one out to them if they want it.
Awesome, awesome. So I wanted to know more about the work that you two have done in your homeland of Puerto Rico. You know, giving back to the community. So why was it important to give back to the community to you? And, you know, just give us a brief synopsis of what you've done there in terms of community work.
Yep. Yeah. So Puerto Rico, obviously, we are both of Puerto Rican descent. My parents still live there. We're actually flying there tomorrow.
We're leaving tomorrow.
Yes.
And it's always an important thing for us to give back to the community. It started with Hurricane Maria, but it has continued because the plus size community in Puerto Rico has even less access to plus size clothing than we do. So we think we're struggling here. They don't have a Lane Bryant store, or I think they have one Torrid store in the whole island.
Forever 21.
And I think maybe a Forever 21. They have a couple of local stores, but they're more junior plus sizes, which we all know are not, you know, true plus sizes. And it's still a challenge there to kind of accept this movement. So we found it really important to not only monetarily help with what's going on there, but to get clothes into the hands of people who need it. So we shipped, I think, like 10 boxes, like large boxes of donated clothes that got distributed to different communities out there that were in need of clothes after Hurricane Maria. And we continue to work with folks on the island to just continue the conversation about how we can be of effort and help. We've done like a couple trade shows out there. And I'm always open to like, what else can we do? We're very big in community service. We actually donate every month a large bag of clothes from Blogger House, items that didn't sell or were not, could not be sold. We donate within our local community. We're actually in the process of setting up a community closet as well. So that's going to be another opportunity for folks in the community. Our biggest point for us has always been having access. People should have beautiful things no matter what their position in life is. Clothing is a huge catalyst for the both of us, has been a big part of our, self-confidence, our growth, our self-love, our
it's what brought us together.
Exactly. It brought us together. And so we think that everyone should have something that makes them feel just a little special. And so we want to be part of that. And the community work is extremely, extremely important. And an important aspect for us, more even so than sometimes even, the sales.
Oh, that's great. I mean, I think that community should be the basis of all businesses, but that's just my opinion. I've heard people say fashion is not personal, but it is. I think that when you buy something and you spend your hard-earned money on something, it's personal. So I think that brands, like I said before, brands should really be looking to you both as an example of how they should be tweaking their businesses with their customers. So, and I just want to interject, if anyone has any questions, we're going to do Q&A at the end. So you can start putting your questions in the chat, and then I will take a look at them towards the end and ask the two ladies the questions. So finally, the last question is, what are your plans for BHCC next year, 2022 and beyond?
Too many and not enough time. With Darlene, it's every day. I have an idea, and I'm like, all right, add it to the pile of ideas that we want to do for future. Darlene is she's just great with ideas. I'm the one has to bring her back down to reality sometimes.
I am the dreamer, and
she
is the one that helps me, grounds me, and all right, how are we going to execute that? Yeah. And that's why we make a really good team. So when I was very young and I was first entering the business world, someone said, always either hire or partner with someone that has strong in whatever you're weak in. And that, I mean, Sandra and I are exactly that. So what's in the future for Blogger House? Many, many things that we're actually taking. We're going away next week, partially vacation, but partially to free our minds to be able to hash out something new that's going to be coming down the pipeline. We want to build on the community aspect. We want to build on the helping women overcome their issues with fashion, their issues with their bodies and how they tie into fashion. And I want, you know, we often get, every day we get asked, how do you style? Can you style me? How would you style me? We get asked, oh, can you make me over? But it's not that simple. I think when people forget that clothing is so tied and ingrained to who we are and the traumas that we've gone through in the past, that they forget that I could throw a crop top on you and some cute skinny jeans, but if you're not really ready to look at yourself in the mirror in that outfit and, you know, deal with whatever shaming might have gone on in the past, you're gonna just take it right off. It doesn't matter how I style. I can put the cutest dress, the cutest outfit, but we have to work on some of the stuff that are holding us back from embracing this new fashion persona we want to, you know, be a part of. So we're taking some time to work on this new initiative. We're hoping that it'll give us, it'll expand Blogger House in a very unique and different way. We are also hoping to, for 2022, to get a physical location. We will still be everything virtual, but it's time for us to get a warehouse.
Yeah, and tell everyone you're based in New York City.
Yes.
Yeah,
You're based in New York City. Yes.
Yes, we're based in New York. We're called Blogger House because we are function out of our house. And when we first started blogging, my house was kind of like the house that we would all gather at. So we affectionately started calling it the Blogger House. And then, you know, it was our closets, our curvy closets. And that's how we became Blogger House Curvy Closet. But Blogger House needs a new home because I have two littles that need a house for themselves. And so for 2022, we will be moving into a new home for Blogger House and expanding our team. We've been wanting to do this for a while. COVID kind of put a pause on it, which was perfect because sometimes you need a pause to reevaluate and rethink how you're approaching certain things. And now we are clearer, we're more focused, we're more determined, and we think that there's just going to be growth from here. You're going to hear Blogger House in a lot of spaces, and that also will hopefully be more for you guys, for our shoppers, for our squad, so that you can come to us not only for clothes, but for other things as well. So we're coming for the big guys.
Yes, I can't wait. I'm excited.
You could say that you were part of that,
Yes.
Marcy, because we couldn't do a lot of the stuff that we're doing without you and our consigners that continue to entrust us with their clothes. You're one of the reasons why we were able to expand to 26.
Our first consignor
Yeah.
in that size
And that size range. So like, it's not just us. You guys are a big part of the reason why we are where we are. So we couldn't definitely do it without you guys.
And that space that we get for Blogger House, it will be a community space. It's not going to be just Blogger House. It'll be a space where our consigners can come and have a cup of coffee, hang out, get some work done. Our influencers can come and meet. You need a place to have a call or have a meeting. We want it to be a community space because this is a community. We did not build this on our own. Nope. We were very much lifted up by the amazing and incredible women that are in the plus size community, making strides like you, Marcy, and some of the other women that have just stood by our side and, hashed out ideas, given us tips, promoted us, pushed it out to their friends. Even the act of on our live sales, we have a share train where we ask folks to post this on their timeline. Folks don't realize how powerful that share train is.
Just a little button.
Yeah,
share.
just a little button. And that, like, our women, our everyday women who shop us, who might think like, oh, I might not be, I just bought one piece here and there. No. We value you just as much as the girl who's spending $300 on a sale. And the girl who doesn't even spend on the sale, who just joins and shares and just hangs out with us, we value you just as much as well. Which I'm guilty of.
And we're happy. We love.
And then I end up shopping because, then I shop for my niece sometimes, who's a size 18, but Yeah, I appreciate you both for all you do. It means a lot to me personally also, to have, because I consider you guys allies, and we need more allies, in this industry and in this space. And I think I may be coming to the warehouse to film my show, or
Yeah.
podcast or something.
Yes, like I said, open doors and open arms. So anyone who wants to come through and hang. We always said we would always stay virtual, but there might even be a little shopping available there at some point. So, we'll see.
I think it will make the difference. I think that plus size women in particular, we may hate the fitting room because, you get all tired and out of breath, trying to try on clothes, but we like to see the clothes in person. We like to feel it. And, it's that experience. We want that experience. So it would be great to have that shopping kind of, environment where we're with other fat women and we're saying, hey girl, you look good. Oh, you should get that. Oh yeah.
How awesome is that? Be in a room
it would be wonderful.
Like how cool would that be to have like a shopping event and just be able to see women who look like you and have a rack that has all your sizes and some cute clothes. Like, trust me, your dream is as much my dream as well. I want this for all of us. Our community deserves more, and I am not going to stop until we get it.
Okay.
You heard it first. Gotta put it out there so you guys hold me to it.
That's right.
That's right. Well, this is going to go up on YouTube, so we got we got the proof. So we're going to move to the Q&A, and I have a question from Peggy. She asks, do your customers shop online or in person? And I think you answered it, but kind of run through how you guys sell.
Talk a little bit about the way the sales work. Our sales are only on Facebook Live at the moment. We're hopeful that's a part of the 2020 change we want to happen. So right now Facebook Live is where we host all of our sales. Traditionally we do them twice a week and it's all virtual. So we'll go through like, this is our rack, that's our rack back there. We'll go through, we'll grab a piece, a garment, we'll describe it, we'll show it to you. We'll talk about sizing and fit. We're very detailed as much as we can because we want you to feel comfortable with shopping virtually. This is different than shopping online where you're reading something. Right. We are giving you as much information as we have as fashion experts, as brand experts on the garment. And then at the very end, we give you a little number, and actually there's still a leftover number on this one. And then you type in the words want, W-A-N-T, and that number. And the first person to come through on our end is the winner of the piece. We collect payment via PayPal. At the moment, we only ship in the United States and Puerto Rico. But, God willing, that will change in the near future. And yeah, anything else on this?
I think that's it, yeah.
And in the future, you said you'll be having a physical location.
Yes.
And I know that you also had, you have a website up.
Yes.
And I know that you did have some e-commerce business. You had the style boxes. Do you plan to expand on that and actually sell some pieces through your website?
Yes, so we will be looking at what that will look like for us and for our community as part of what will hopefully happen in 2022-23. And we do hope to be able to offer more options for purchasing. We understand that not everyone has Facebook.
That has a time,
and that it's super competitive. So we want to give more shopping options to women in different arenas. Also, we have this kind of like new growing vertical for us, and that is in the VIP luxury space, where we have been able to score some luxury pieces, and we sell them higher than our normal price point, but still at almost like a 90% off value. So we are still trying to figure out like how we want to continue with that area. Do we want to put that online so more people have, more flexibility and have more options to shop? But yeah, we're very open to like new ideas, and we're always constantly looking at how do we grow as a business, and how do we grow based on what our customers needs. We just did polls on both of our individual Instagram pages, to try to get feedback from folks that don't normally shop us to find out why they don't and what's keeping them from shopping Blogger House. And we'll be doing the same on our Blogger House page as well.
Okay, okay. All right, next question is from Tigress. Do you find that men and non-binary folks also shop with you or interact as part of your Blogger House community? Do you have any plans to sell from men's fashion closets?
So we don't right now typically allow men to shop our closets, just because we want this to be a very safe space for women, and we've had
a lot of trolls.
Unfortunately, the Facebook Live, with the way it's set up, it's not, as we are learning, right? It's not necessarily the safest space for women, especially for fat women. And so we have decided to, for right now, it's easier for us to control and keep it safe to keep men out of the sale. However, we do have influencers who sell clothing that are both, gender neutral. We have consigners that sell men's clothes that will wear both women and men's clothes. Our customers shop it without issue. Actually, I have a gorgeous men's blazer that one of our influencers has up for sale. That's going to come up pretty soon. And so we do sell both men and women's clothes, but through our female consigners. At the moment, we haven't been approached by a male influencer as of yet, but
yeah, I mean, we're, like I said, we don't have men, but if we would welcome them if we know them and we know that they want to sell with us. That's in the blog, plus size, like blogger, like Addie or Johnny. Yes. Those two.
Closet. Yeah, I saw your closet anyway.
So, know them, we know that they are,
in this community and for this community.
We have no problem with having, men sell with us.
Tigress says, Addie is who I was thinking of, y'all. I was thinking the same thing. His closet must be fabulous. I want to shop his closet.
I love to sell his closet. If he ever wants to sell with us, we're absolutely open.
Oh my goodness.
And I think a lot of our customers would be very much open to shopping his closet. So yes, more than open to it, and welcome.
Put it in his ear if anybody out there
Yes,
knows.
I wish he was here because it'd be like, Addie, please. Oh gosh. Okay, so the next question is from Elaine. What are your plans to extend your clothing size range behind a size 28? As you noted, your new t-shirts only go up to a 3X.
So right now, our customer base is kind of based on the size range that we have because of the influencers that we have that sell with us. So we are actively always reaching out to new influencers or other women, because we don't only sell the closets of influencers. We do sell the closets of other women. Now, the only issue is that typically to sell with us, you have to have a minimum of 40 pieces. And most everyday women don't have just 40 pieces lying around that they want to sell.
Unless they're shopaholics.
Shopaholic like us, and then that's a whole other conversation. But we are actively working at identifying who we could partner with. That is part of our outreach out. Women that we want to work with. There are definitely a few women out there that we know have incredible closets, and that we want to sell their closets that are in a larger size range than a size 28. And then it's a little, with Blogger House, it's a little, if you build it, they would come, right? So if you have the influencer that's willing to sell the closet, then we can start marketing to the audience, the customer, that we have the size, come shop with us. But it is harder than we thought to find, even just in general, to find consigners sometimes, because there's a lot of options of where you can sell your clothes nowadays. We are more fortunate now than we were 5 years ago, and we have other consignment stores. So some other places rather sell through other places, depending on if they're LA, they rather sell with some of the LA options that they have out there versus if they're in New York. But if you know anyone in that size range, we are open. Like, we have no limitations on whose closet we are willing to sell, and size or anything like that. We do not limit ourselves. And we're also doing the same thing, trying to find folks in that size range to sell their closets.
Yeah, I know it's tough here in New York. There's not many influencers that are above a 4X. I do have one suggestion for you that I'll tell you after the show. I don't know if you follow Miriam. Miriam Curry. Do you follow her? She does a lot of Dia and Co. She's an influencer. Actually, I think she's in the Bronx, actually.
Oh.
She's like a 6X, 7X.
Yes.
I will send you her link because maybe she'll have enough pieces to sell, and you know, it would be a great thing to do a sale with her and see, you know, see how it goes, you know, because there is a need. So
absolutely. And we are also looking at how do we partner with more influencers outside of like the East Coast area. So it's hard because we're here in New York, and it's easier for our New York or Northeast based folks to partner with us. So how do we meet the needs? Because we have several consigners that ship their clothing from all over the US. Even from Puerto Rico, we have folks who will ship their clothing for us to sell. But that gets pricey and inconvenient. So we want to be able to address that growing aspect. We have someone we're talking to in LA about possibly creating a partnership out there so that we have a Blogger House arm in LA, and then possibly one in Chicago as well at some point. So, and we're hoping that'll bridge the gap for us to connect with more influencers outside of this area and gives us more options.
Okay, great. So we're down to our last question. Tamara asked, what can an interested consignor expect from the process?
It is the easiest process ever. You literally, if you're close enough to bring the clothes by, or close enough that we do provide a pickup service as well. Once we have the clothes in our hands, that's pretty much it. You know, we send a contract out, we have a list of things that we need you to read and look over your clothes, because there are standards that we do have for the clothing. And once that is all good and we have your clothes, you just wait for us to let you know when we schedule your sale. You can join the live sale, what we're having, if you want to just be on to give us any input on your pieces, your sizing, you know, brands and stuff like that. And that's pretty much it. And then you just kind of wait, you know, 2 weeks, you will get your little check. Well, not little, but you get your check. So there is you know, what do we call it? Our fee.
Yeah.
You know, if you are a BATC squad member, there is a 70-30 split. If you are an influencer, it's a 60-40 split.
And then, so we handle everything from A to Z. All you have to do is get the clothes to us or arrange for us to do a pickup. Once the clothing is in our hand, that's it. You can, like Sandra said, literally, you can sit back and relax and just wait for your money to come in. We handle everything from promoting the sale, creating the advertisement, you know, obviously selling the clothes, and then the hardest part, invoicing and packaging. That's the part that nobody wants to talk about, and no one wants to do.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest hurdle for us that we take care of. We take that off your shoulders. We understand that folks are super duper busy. You don't have time to post things to sell online. No. That's one task, and then to package it all up and get it out to the post office and deal with shipping rates and tracking and all that stuff. We handle everything. You never hear from the customer unless they're posting like a photo of something they purchased from you. You're, like Sandra said, you're just literally just sitting back and waiting for that payment to come in. Now, from when you sign your agreement, the biggest thing is from when we receive your clothing. From when we receive your clothing to when we have your live sale, it will typically can be as short as 2 weeks. And as long as typically no more than 4 weeks. We try to schedule you, and we try to do pickups. We try to take clothes that are seasonal. So right now we're obviously doing fall and winter. Unless someone's having like a big purge, they're maybe moving cross country. They've had, some folks have changed sizes, so they need to purge entire closets. With those folks and those special circumstances, we will take everything, no matter what the season is, and we will coordinate sales throughout the year. So we've done this with the plus size model Fluvia. She was, you know, she purged her entire closet, brought us like 16 bags of clothes. And
Wow.
we have had sales for her all year round because we did her summer and then we did her spring and then we have fall and we still have her winter. So we've also did this with CCO Lisa when she moved. She purged her entire closet. We just did it with Frankie from
Frankie
Tavares, who just moved cross country as well. Brought her entire closet, and we will, for those folks, we will store. For folks that are just going to have repeated sales with us, then we'll just take the seasonal stuff. And if items don't sell, if you're continuing to sell with us and you let us know, I'm going to have another one, we'll hold your items for you for another sale. If you are doing a one-off, like I found my 40 pieces, I don't think I have anything else after this. We will give you the option of either coming back and picking up your items or donating it and allowing us to donate it to a local charity. So that's how we get a lot of donated stuff, because nobody wants to deal with clothes once it's out of their house.
Exactly.
So we end up having all these great pieces that don't sell because, you know, sometimes things don't sell, but they go into other wonderful hands and other folks that need it as well. So.
Okay, and there's more information on their website, which is bloggerhousecurvycloset.com. The link is in the chat, and you can find more information there. You can always contact. What is the best form of contacting you both? If anyone has any questions.
Through Instagram or email us as well. Our email is in our Instagram as well, so everything is there. Once a week, we will put like a slideshow of like how to shop, how to sell with us. So we constantly are rotating that. So it should be up there at some point if it's not up there already. And we're always constantly updating what we're doing on Instagram. While we sell on Facebook Live, I think we communicate the most through Instagram at this point. So.
Yeah. Okay, and it's on Instagram, you are Blogger House Curvy Closet.
Mm-hmm.
So people know to follow you on Instagram. Yeah. Same on Facebook.
She made a really good comment. We do have a Facebook group, and that is like where like all the fun happens. Aside from the sales happen on our page, but the group is really where the community is built and where the community flourishes. Women on there post photos of their outfits. They post questions. They cheer each other on. We cheer them on. Mm-hmm. Any important news updates. We've even had special sales in there at times. Women who buy pieces and maybe they don't work for them, either sizing or maybe just style, will resell their items in the group as well. So if you are not a part of the group, definitely check that out. The link is also on our Facebook and our Instagram and our website. So it's all in there somewhere.
Yes.
This group is private. So again, that's why we say it's a safe space, because we have to approve the members that come in. So it's not like just a regular, like our other regular Facebook page that you can just go on and be free. This is private. You have to request to be approved to be in a member of the group. So it's definitely a safe space to be for our ladies.
Okay. Well, we are at the end of the first episode of Ahead of the Curve. Yeah, I want to thank you for joining me. I love you both very much. I'm so proud of you too. I think that Blogger House Curvy Closet is going to have you both on the cover of Forbes one day. I'm claiming that too. And I just want to say thank you. I mean, you know, you're repping for all the Latinas in the world and plus size women. And, you know, this was a great way to celebrate Latinx Heritage Month with you both. So thank you for being my guests. And thanks to everyone who came through to listen to our conversation and ask questions and of that nature. And I think that's it. Again, before we sign off, just want to give thanks to the folks at Pro Bono ASL. And to learn more about NAAFA, you could visit NAAFA.org. Okay, guys, have a great weekend. Have a good evening. Thanks again, Darlene and Sandra. And take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.